came to Oregon in 1952. My sister went to nursing school at Good Samaritan in Portland, and she met Wendy, who later became my wife. We waited a full year and had our first child. That was our son. Had a daughter after that, and then about the 5th year of our marriage, we had Karen. She was our third. She was just joyful, happy, fun-loving girl. Easy to raise, easy to have around. I was self-employed for a while, but my goal was to work full-time in a faith community. I ended up in a large church that had a publishing plant, and I ran the printing end of that publishing plant. They had a daycare, and I had the opportunity to use that free of charge as part of my compensation from the church. Karen was fine with the daycare in the beginning. One concern I had was that I ran into difficulty saying anything about the daycare because it was my boss's grandson that worked there that ultimately was Karen's abuser. And so when I got wind of things, we thought it was just unusual discipline and that we could handle that at home. But I also at the same time was hearing from other folks that something just wasn't quite right and that there were some unusual things going on there. And so I just started to complain about it. And it was at that point that I was asked to quit complaining about it. I needed to support the church with my attitude, and really told by a board member that my job would probably be in jeopardy if I didn't just be quiet. It didn't even hardly occur to us that sexual abuse was going on. I noticed just some unusual activity in a very happy child, very normal child in many ways, but just some behaviors that just seemed odd to me. She would steal things from the store, and she was more attracted to neighbor boys, and it seemed like at a really young age she wanted to be kissed by boys. And it was after I had actually been fired by that church that I realized how bad the things actually had been in that daycare. My wife and I actually did hire a detective to go after the perpetrator and see if we could affect change in that church, but the detective came back and said it's just too hard a case. As Karen got older, she would lie to me. She would get drunk, be gone all night, become promiscuous. It was hard to think that my very happy, very intelligent, very pretty daughter would have this dark side to her. I guess I wasn't surprised that she got involved with a Navy guy, got pregnant, ended up getting married. It was an awful relationship. They eventually had divorced, and she was just beside herself. And she did meet a man at that point. They have now been married for quite a while, have a couple children now, and she is now doing much better, but still, I think, impacted every day of her life by what started way back when she was 4 or 5 years old. She's just a great mother, great wife, but oh, if she could have been saved all that grief of having to go to the very bottom before she could build her life into a happy one. And I know that for the rest of her life, underneath all that happiness, there will be the scars and the hurts that she's gone through in the early part of her life.